What's up, Raiders? Welcome to Dahi Raids. So you want to know what's coming up in Raid this week or over the next wee while? Let's have a look. Okay, so gone live already. We have the summon pool for the Skinwalkers. We did talk about this a little last week with the release of Borant. We knew that this was going to come up, and there's likely going to be a 10x for Borant when this finishes as well. Am I saying the name? Bollant. I keep on saying Borant. So Bollant Freewalker, good champion. Not one of the best, not one of the best faction guardians. I had saved up a load of shards to keep for this guy, but to be fair, he is decent. He's just not Teox level. So attacks one enemy 2 times, second hit heals all allies by 5% of his HP and has a chance of an extra turn. Attacks one enemy, 80% or 100% chance when booked of decreased defense for 2 turns, and after attacking the initial attacks everybody else, and has a 100% chance when booked of placing decreased defense as well. Now, if there's some Trunda kind of bull going on with this, some Trunda messing around going on with how this is coded, it could be very good. There hasn't been with anybody else. There hasn't been, like, even Siegfried, who probably has the strongest of that type of attack, doesn't have the Trunda type of calculator because his works on a kill only. Scorid, the recent fusion, kind of worked like this. He hit one and then hit everybody else who had Hex on them. His damage wasn't magnificent in that. It wasn't Trunda levels. So Trunda's coding is probably unique. I wouldn't bet on this mirroring that, but it remains to be seen. It doesn't say damage overflow or the damage is replaced. It just says he attacks all other enemies, not that the damage is applied to all other enemies. And then is A3 attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 100% chance of placing stun, which is good. Before attacking with one faction ally, has a 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. So he'll remove chance of removing Stone Skin, removes block debuffs so he can get the stun on. With 2 allies, he'll fill the turn meter by 15% for each stun placed. And with 3 allies, it will ignore 50% of each target's res. That's huge because that means you have no problem landing that on the likes of Matrala and stuff like that. A 50% ignore res is way better than a 50% increase accuracy. It's huge. The passive then, when an ally uses a multi-hit skill, each subsequent hit after the first deals 15% more damage. Now, actually, okay, so we have a 6-hitter on this, on Skinwalker's faction. So if you have Brachus, this could be pretty good. But with one ally, so let's say you have Brachus, whenever an ally hits an enemy has a 10% chance of placing a stun. Okay. With 2 allies, whenever an ally inflicts a critical hit, fills their turn meter by 5%. So this could be really good if that stacks over multi-hits. You could be refilling your turn meter very, very fast. And with 3 faction allies, will ignore 30% of defense against enemies under a stun. So, pretty good kit, but just not... It's disappointing after Teox. In a vacuum, he has a really good kit. It's just disappointing after Teox, and that's the problem. So the rest of the champions then as well. Some superstars here. I don't have Samson, but I know Samson can cause me problems in Cursed City. Ragash is a very, very strong defensive nuker who also debuffs with stun and decreased defense. Wukong, we all know he is the scourge of Arena. Extremely strong champion. Revives after 3 turns. AoE nukes on 2 turns with a single target attack and a damage overflow ability. Snick Track is really good tank for keeping your team alive and reflecting damage. Razelvarg is my personal favorite champion. if I pulled Razelvarg instead of Bollant from this, I would be happy. I would immediately empower Razelvarg up to +2. And Gwendolyn, I haven't used, but is very good. The L is all about extending debuffs. Does a lot of damage as well with the passive, which increases crit damage by 1% for every 10 points of accuracy they have, and also grants her an extra turn after they use 3 skills. So can get a lot of turns and can get a lot of damage out as well, as decrease speed, leech, decrease accuracy, and increase accuracy and block debuffs. So pretty good champion, lots to like there. The epics then, mixed bag. If you need stuff for Skinwalker's faction, obviously this is going to be really good. I won't go through them all, but Fane, excellent for clan boss. Steel Skull was an OG poisoner and keep alive your teamer. Rain Beast was fantastic back in the day, not so much now. Hofferes is your reviver for Skinwalker's faction. But have a little gander through them all there. Nothing that I'd be shouting from the rooftops about here, but some good champions if you need gaps filled. Then, so with that going on, we have also the event calendar. So it ends abruptly kind of after some of the current events. But to get shards for the Prism Shard or the Summon Pool, we're likely going to have them in this Sand Devil turn attack, which is going to go live today. Actually, it doesn't say it there. So that's unusual. That is very unusual. Usually you would have it showing that the Summon Pool stuff is available here. But it's not at the moment, so that's a bit strange. We're going to have to see something coming up live. I would suspect the Dungeon Divers and one of the dungeons. We've just had Spider and Dragon as alliance only tournaments, so I would suspect they're going to continue that with the other 2 tournaments to get the shards for the Summon Pool. Having said that, Sand Devil turn attack with pieces for the souls, I would definitely be farming that. It's a good time to get those in. We also have the Champion Training Tournament gone live for your soul or for your skin for Wukong. Me personally, I'm not very interested in those. I know a lot of people do like to collect them, but it's just not my bag. Now, there are some good rewards on the way up, and especially these 500 Eternal Coins for the shop in the Altar of Souls are very good. But realistically, if you're going for the skin, you want to wait and monitor what the tournament's looking like, because it's a champion training tournament, and one person can just come in and completely wipe out the opposition in a matter of minutes if they have the resources built up. So beware, don't get sucked in on this if you're trying to go for this, because you could get disappointed very easily. Me personally, I would much prefer to put my resources into the Sand Devil turn attack, where I know I'm going to get a return for the energy spent. Okay. Now, as well as that, we do have the Asgard Divide, which is likely going to go live pretty soon as well, guys. So, let's zoom in a bit there. Okay, so this is going to be a timed dungeon event. It's a new time-limited dungeon that will feature various event-related champions. So the boss is going to be event-related. It's going to be Odin in this case. And it's also going to have a specific new set available as well. Set looks amazing, looks really good. So during the Asgard Divide event, which will be open actually between the 21st of August and October 24th. So it's opening this Wednesday and will be open for 2 months, is it? And the rewards will include resources, artifacts, and a new gear set Pinpoint which is only going to be available in there. The event dungeon is comprised of 30 stages with progressively increasing difficulty, so that kind of mirrors a lot of the other dungeons. They start off easy and the difficulty ramps up, and I suppose with the hard dungeons what happens is some of the mechanics change in that as well. So there's 35 available in most of the standard dungeons, 25 in Sand Devil and 25 in Shogun, and of course Minotaur only 15. We don't talk about that. These stages are unlocked consecutively and will require energy, and Odin Feyfather will be the boss of this event dungeon, and a team of minions will aid him. So we also know that there will be unique champions coming out with the Asgard Divide release. So we're looking at Odin, Loki, Sif, I believe, and Thor. So that is something to look forward to. That will be happening this Wednesday. Lots going on. That's your week so far in Raid Shadow Legends. Let me know, guys, if I've missed anything or if there's anything else you would like to see included in these videos. But that's what we have at the moment. That's what to keep in mind when you're spending your resources. Best of luck raiding, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.